Hey guys, this is RK. Long time no speak. Sorry about that. It's been a little hectic. I am in my second trimester, so everything's going well with the pregnancy. We'll find out the gender in January, I guess. Haven't really been playing WoW a whole lot lately, or really any games. Been kind of busy, trying to, keep life going. My husband's looking for a new job, so I've been trying to help him with job search and stuff. Plus, the lack of reading has really kind of, killed the game for me in a lot of ways. It was the smartest thing I've done, honestly, is to stop reading. Not that I didn't try to go back, which didn't go well. Screw you guys. But, whatever. Um, but it's actually been good, especially once the baby does get here. I'm not going to have time. I keep telling my husband he's not going to have time because, he wants to be a big part of this child's life. So, we're just going to have different priorities. So I'm not rating at all. I haven't touched LFR. I'm staying away from Baird and Hold even, just because I need to keep myself, out of that situation so that I don't have to worry about it. So my gear sucks at this point. I mean, okay, it's not that bad. It's kind of close to the equivalent of if I'd been running LFD over and over and over again, which I kind of have. My husband's been kind of dragging me through them, which I don't mind. Um, the only piece that I still need right now is a helm, because I'm still sporting a Sanga's. I have had this exact Sanga's since the beginning of the expansion. I bought it back when it was like 25k, and I decided I was going to learn to tank, and I've had this thing for fucking ever, so I'm kind of excited to get rid of it. I figure if the one that drops from the LFD bosses doesn't finally drop for me, that will probably be my first purchase with Valor points. I haven't been capping every week. I've been doing about 5 dungeons a week on average. And like I said, I haven't been doing Baird and Hold. So I'm kind of behind on the Valor point front, but that's okay because I don't care anymore. I have been trying to kind of figure out my numbers. Sadly, RAR is dying, which has been awesome. Yeah, RAR died again. This is great. And also sadly, Fraps won't change screens with me once it's like frozen into WoW, so I can't show you how lovingly RAR has been freezing. Um, but basically, it doesn't like my trying to gear, uh, mitigation and survival wise for the hardest boss of this coming tier, just because I like being at the top of my game. But also, trying to hit threat levels for level 87 mobs instead of 88, since all I'm doing is LFD. I only need to hit level 87s for hit cap and expertise cap. So it's not been doing so hot with that, sadly. It keeps freezing. I can get it to do 88, or, just for like tier 25 or tier 13 heroic 25 man Madness of Deathwing. But if I try to drop it to 87, it like goes to exponentials and then freezes. So whatever, screw you, RAR. Basically, one of the things that I've noticed for a while, I kind of mentioned it in prior videos, was the fact that after a certain point, your dodge gets so high that more dodge really isn't needed any longer, and you start focusing more on mastery. And this isn't just, dodge reading, but your agility gets so high that your innate dodge, just from your agility to dodge conversion, gets so high that you don't need to reforge dodge any longer. In fact, it's getting to the point where reforging to mastery is better for you. This is especially the case if you are soft expertise cap, which I have been for a while now, since right at the beginning of Fireland's progression, I decided to go soft expertise cap to help with a list resort DPS, as well as to help with the threat issues before Blizz went and buffed everybody's threat. And, it's extremely useful for dungeons, especially since that's kind of where I'm living now. right now my biggest problem with dungeons has been being rage starved because those things just don't hit. So dodging is actually not all that great in dungeons because you need things to hit you so you've got some fucking rage. So I will probably be going to a mastery reforge build instead of a dodge reforge build for the very reason that, you know, I've got so much innate dodge. I mean, just, you know, myself, with, let's see, we need paw. Paw is good. I am at 37, almost 38% dodge. That's, with the shitty flask buff. That's without eating. That's without a real flask. You're looking at 42% dodge easily once you've got full raid buffs up. That's a lot of dodge. You're already avoiding 42% of attacks just by wiggling your big bear butt. So it's not really needed any longer, and going for some mastery is really a good thing, especially with, as I said, the soft expertise cap, since you're actually hitting and critting more. So I will be reforging to that, so before I get whispers from people, I have gotten a couple messages when I've been logged out in cat gear about why are you reforging to mastery, blah blah blah. So now I am legitimately going to see about reforging to mastery for my tanking set as well, which has the side effect of also being useful for cat form. I am not sporting a hybrid build any longer. My second spec is now Boomkin. I am not a huge fan of melee DPS. I hate chasing mobs. I hate having to position myself. If the boss moves just a little bit, suddenly you have to run in order to catch up with the fucking thing. I just hate it. Those of you out there that play rogues, play warriors, play DKs, and play feral cat druids, as your thing, I have a lot of respect for you because I just can't do it. It drives me insane. So, kind of preparing for Mists of Pandaria, and also for, just some general solo content. I am trying to relearn Boomkin. I'm not doing too terribly. But there have been a lot of changes to Boomkin since, I last played it at the beginning of this expansion. So I've kind of got a set of gear that's not too terrible. I haven't gone through and done reforges yet with the few pieces I picked up, last run. Excuse me. But, I don't really need cat form for DPS anymore. The only thing that I'm using cat form for DPS right now is for Molten Core runs. I am running Molten Core weekly. I only have the Cenarian Belt, which is BOE. I can get off the auction house if I really need to. And I think it's the shoulders. I think it's Spalders that I need off of... I don't remember who the fucker is. I forgot his name. Yeah, I'm missing shoulders for my Cenarian set. So I'm finishing that up. I also am working on my Thunder Fury. I did get it, or not Thunder Fury. God, my Sulfurous Hand of Ragnaros. I did get an Eye of Sulfurous, gosh, a couple weeks ago I picked it up, I guess it's been about a month. Really freaking lucky, because, it's only a 1% drop off of, the original Ragnaros, not the current Firelands version. So I have been working on it. My biggest problem, of course, has been Blood of the Mountain. I do not have a miner on the server. My only miner right now is Bascon Nessingwary. In fact, I think I have 2 over there. So I'm slowly, gathering up my required stuff. I've been picking up ingots cheap when I see them on the auction house. Bloods, I've been paying full price on occasion when I have the gold. I have very little to no gold on the server because everything's on Hyjal. So I need 2 more ingots, well 3, because I've got to get a Sulfurian Hammer pattern for my husband's blacksmith. So I've got 3 more ingots to pick up. I've got 4 more Bloods of the Mountain. I did pick up one of these for 25 gold on the auction house last week. Thank you, whoever you are. I love you. I have 25 more Arcanite bars to go. I've got the thorium for it. Just waiting for more arcane crystals to show. I've got my cores. I also have an entire tab of shit that I've just randomly picked up that I'm just too lazy to throw on the auction house. This was today's batch of stuff right here from running it. And so I have been doing Molten Core as Cat simply because I know how to do it as Cat. That's what I've been doing it as, and I don't really want to have to reteach myself how to do it as Boomkin, especially because some of the magic, especially the one off of what is it, Shaz? I don't remember all their names. Um, One of the bosses puts a magic debuff that drains mana, which is kind of annoying. Of course, if I end up getting the magic debuff that reduces my haste, it really fucking sucks for Cat. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. Um, but Cat so far has just been easier. So I've been doing Cat in my bear gear and my bear spec, and it works fine. It's a little bit slower than my hybrid spec and when I had a real full Cat set of gear. But reforging to mastery and crit will help with that significantly. And I may go back to hybrid. The infected wounds is useful for dungeons because I can't always be certain that there's going to be a death knight specifically that's going to be able to um, keep up the debuffs. So I've had it, but it's not really that big of a deal. The dungeon bosses and trash doesn't really hurt that badly. Unless your healer's not paying attention, which I've had some really stupid healers that are just like, oh, hi, I was just moving, and now I'm going to AFK without telling you right as you start pulling a pack of mobs. So, thank God for Bear Wall and Survival Instincts, because that's been the only way I've survived a few times. Let's see, what is going on otherwise? I'm working on a project in game, kind of as my sanity lets me, where I am trying to determine roughly how much gold a given person can earn while leveling from 1 to 85 without any gold or XP or profession boosting things. Wow, you're taking forever. Come on, log out. Stupid game. I wonder if it has something to do with RAR being retarded. In fact, it might. Hold up. No, RAR's not running away, but we are gonna end its process. Just in case. Wow, what's going on with World of Warcraft? Hey guys, hopefully we're back. So, WoW crashed brilliantly, sort of. It actually kept running as only a 64 meg process, which was fascinating. I've never seen it do that. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but apparently killing RAR did not make it happy. So let's see, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I have kind of a current thing that I'm working on. First of all, the whole Hyjal project is pretty much dead. I don't have the sanity, brain power, willpower to do, to be an actual guild leader. And most people these days are mostly interested in getting their characters to 85 and then starting raiding and PvP and stuff, and I'm just not interested in organizing that. So, I'd been looking for a while on Hyjal to find a good social guild where my husband and I, can, he wants to still do some LFR, maybe raid once in a while, do some PvP. Me, I just want to level my characters, do my frapsing and blogs, and, work the auction house. That's what I enjoy these days. However, the social guild scene on Hyjal is kind of shitty. I've been combing the forums. I even put up a looking for guild post on the forums. I've been watching Slash2. I've been checking the guild recruitment panel in game, and I'm just not finding anything good here. So, my Learn to Tank Leveling Edition is dead. I didn't get nearly as much feedback or response from that as I was hoping to. And honestly, I just don't want to level another druid. I already have one. Actually, I have 5 druids total across all of my accounts. So I'm kind of done with that. I don't really want to do another. The guild I was in prior to Last Hope was a social guild on the realm Nessingwary. And I'm still at Nessingwary, I'm still in that guild. The people in Paradigm are fantastic. awesome people. Sadly, our guild leader has had some massive real life problems. Bless his heart. Love him to death. Love his wife to death, and they are just, having to deal with reality right now. So they haven't been in game. Their rating was way too casual for what I wanted, which is why I ended up going to Thunderhorn in order to raid. Of course, we know how that turned out. Um, but the people that remain in Paradigm are awesome. The problem is Nessingwary is probably one of the shittiest servers ever. It has no progression, which, while I am not personally interested in LFR, a good realm with lots of progression generally means a stronger economy. Also, because most of the player base is casual, it means people tend to be more stupid about the auction house. In fact, the glyph scene on this server is so fucking horrendous. I hate it. So we considered coming back to Nessingwary and, re-guilding all of our characters in Paradigm. That way, we could at least be hanging out with the fine folk that are here. What? I totally did this. I definitely know my game is fucked up now. Oh, I'm the only one on right now, even. I'll do this later. Go away. Whatever. It's just been. It's just not something that I'm really thrilled at. So, one of the folks that was in Paradigm, has gone to Eldrithalos with an old guild that he was part of, and he loves it there. They're a very social guild, one of the largest on the server. They've been around since the beginning. He is just absolutely loving it there and has been talking about how wonderful it is nonstop to my husband. So my husband has applied to this guild over there. He's been accepted on a Lobby alt, for a trial, and once he's accepted and has transferred his main over, I will likely transfer my character over and apply as well. Don't tell me that we're going to have more loading issues today. You have got to be kidding me. What is wrong with this game? I think I'm gonna have to reboot my computer. So anyway, I've been working on Eldrithalos. In the meantime, I've got a project. My goal is to see just how much gold a character can get from level 1 to 85 without any outside influences. So I'm leveling on my own. I have no guild. I have no heirlooms. I have no nothing. I have no game to play, apparently. Fuck my computer. So far it's going well. The first thing I've noticed is that if you take dual gathering professions, you have to start selling either BOEs or the ores and herbs that you're picking up. Otherwise, you are not going to be able to afford your level 20 mount and training. I only had 2 gold in my name with the idea that I was going to store all my BOEs to disenchant later. I was going to store all my herbs and metals so that later on I would be able to, God, this backdrop is just ugly. I would be able to, have those in storage in case I want to level something, and, it'd be kind of a sense of completion, of seeing just how full of a guild bank I can get with all of this cool stuff I'd picked up. However, I only had 2 gold in my name by the time I hit level 20. Writing training is 4 gold, slightly less if you have reputation. So, I had to go sell some BOEs, not complaining. Apparently, I'm leveling a rogue. I pickpocketed a pattern, which auction housed for over 5 gold. So yeah, that covered it, but you definitely have to be doing something with the auction house in order to be able to afford your riding at level 20. So that was the first thing that I noticed. Otherwise, things are going pretty well. I'm only just a hair past 20 right now, so I may do some videos later of just how she's doing. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because my game is just being retarded. I hope you guys have a great one, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.